You're not. I think you are. Are you gonna jump from my chair? Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back. I am Para, and I just stumbled across an article written by Mustafa Gatollari in a random Google deep dive, and I wanted to talk about it. Mustafa is the host of Haunted Discoveries along with Brandon Alvis, who is also the founder of the American Paranormal Research Association, which is so reputable that it doesn't even have a website. But never fear, they do have a Facebook and an Instagram page where I'm sure they share all their highly reputable work. If either of these men look familiar, that's because they were previously on the TV show Ghost Hunters. Now, grab a drink, I've got tea, go get yours, maybe go get a snack, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and let's jump into this article, shall we? Mustafa opens the article saying, there was a time in his life when he would rather have been caught watching porn than tell people he was a paranormal investigator, which was largely from the secondhand shame he'd feel from seeing a lot of the methods used in popular programs. Hello, baby. No, come here. You have been in, out, up, down, all the things, all day. You have, yeah. But everybody's getting Christmas treats, aren't they? Not that we celebrate Christmas. Almost all of the evidence in these shows are false positives. Mustafa also cuts deep by saying that these devices are, to put it bluntly, not worth the plastic they're 3D printed with, which I love him for. That's iconic. So let's look at some of the ways these famous paranormal teams get their iconic paranormal evidence. First up, the beloved REM Pod. You've seen it, the little plastic hockey puck looking thing with the antenna coming out of it that screams like a smoke alarm the second anyone breathes near it. Mustafa points out that these things don't actually measure ghosts. Shocker. They actually measure proximity, temperature changes, and electromagnetic fluctuations. All things that humans constantly cause just by standing in the same room. And since most of these shows cram 4 grown adults, 2 cameramen, and a sound guy into the corridor the size of a shoebox, it's not exactly shocking that the REM Pod lights up like a Christmas tree. Mustafa basically says that these devices are so reliable that relying on them is like relying on a magic 8 ball for financial advice. They're noisy and emotionally sensitive, a bit like me, and they react to anything but ghosts. And what paranormal TV shows will never tell you, but I will, is that radios can trigger REM pods. Yes, literal radio transmissions. The exact thing that ghost hunters use constantly. Walkie-talkies, body mics, wireless cameras, etc. can all make this device go off. So when a REM pod starts flashing like it's having an existential crisis, it doesn't mean that a spirit's communicating. It could just mean that someone on the other side of the building has pressed their talk button. So when these teams overreact like teenage boys seeing a Victoria's Secret ad for the first time and shout, "We got real spirit communication," yeah, it might just be their own equipment saying hello. Next up, EMF readers. The holy relic of ghost hunting. Almost every show treats these as if they can sniff out spirits like a bloodhound. But as Mustafa bluntly puts it, EMF spikes don't mean ghosts, they mean wiring, appliances, phones, radio waves, power lines, or even the investigator's own equipment. Again, I'm sensing a theme. He talks about how these teams will call out a spike in EMF while their phone is in their pocket, they're wearing a smartwatch, or even literally while standing next to a breaker box or a live outlet. They never actually show you the control test, the baseline scans, or anything that would actually rule out the normal stuff. Why? Because ghost stands near old wiring does not make good television. And then the classic flashlight communication. A Sam and Colby favourite, because apparently nothing says paranormal evidence like interrogating a half unscrewed torch in a basement. The idea is simple. Loosen the cap, point it at the dark, and wait for physics to do physics things. Mustafa, I don't think his name's Mustafa, I think it's Mustafa. I have dyslexic. this entire video. I am not re-recording it. This is the chaos you come here for. His name is not Mufasa. That's the fucking lion from The Lion King. It is Mustafa. M-U-S-T-A-F-A. I have been saying it wrong. I apologise. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. I tried. Mustafa explains that when you loosen the flashlight just enough, the electrical contacts sit in this unstable, almost on, almost off limbo, and that creates a short circuit effect, which means the light will flicker on and off whenever it feels like it. No ghosts required. And because it's random, you end up with dozens of responses that contradict each other or have absolutely nothing to do with whatever story the show is trying to sell. And those clips get trashed in editing. And the only thing the viewers see is the one convenient flicker that matches the script. Wow, confirmed ghost communication. Or, you know, a flashlight hiccuping. Same thing, apparently. Mustafa points out that investigators, and honestly anyone that's held a torch more expensive than a takeaway, have been calling this trick out for years. Ask an electrical engineer. Ask a flashlight manufacturer. Ask literally anyone not starring in a paranormal reality TV show or a YouTube wannabe, and they'll tell you exactly the same thing. This random short circuit behaviour is exactly what happens when you half engage the switch. So yeah, next time you see a paranormal show lose their minds over a beeping toy, a flickering torch, or a meter reacting to their own phone, just remember, none of this is groundbreaking evidence. It's props, bad methodology, and very dramatic editing. If any of these teams truly had undeniable proof of the afterlife, they wouldn't be saving it for next Thursday's mid-season cliffhanger. Ooh, hi baby. Or chasing shadows in abandoned hospitals for ad revenue. They'd be winning Nobel Prizes. Anyway, that's Mustafa's breakdown, and honestly, it just confirms what many of us already knew. If you strip away the theatrics, the equipment malfunctions, and the "did you hear that" moment, there's really not much left. But thank you for... You're not. I think you are. You gonna jump from my chair? No, that's it. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this dive into paranormal nonsense, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and you'll get more paranormal nonsense and more of me debunking and calling out ghost hunters doing the absolute most with the absolute least. And if you want more para for some reason, this is the other content that I do. I hope you're having an amazing festive season. Christmas mug for festive season. Because I'm extra. I like my themed mugs. Yes, this is the point where I don't know what I'm saying anymore and then I ramble. So I'm not going to do that because I don't think I have anything to say particularly. So if you like this video, as I've said, consider liking, consider subscribing, maybe check out another video, and I'm going to leave you to the rest of your day now. I hope it's a good one, and I will see you next time. Bye! Paranormal